because they were one of her closest friends. We're back. I don't know why I read that first before I said we're back. But we're back on Chaos Child, and No is going to have basically a stand almost with who she thinks is the mind controller, and I think I know who it is. I thought about this morning, and I reckon I'm just going to say it here now before, because it's not technically a spoiler because I'm not 100% sure, but my theory is that it's Serika is the mind controller, and actually she wasn't actually close friends with Takuru or No, but she gave him that memory because why not? And she wasn't actually there when he was in the facility. That is something he did to guilt trip. She did to guilt trip him, but we'll find out. I think that's what it is. I'll probably be wrong, but here we go. How long have I known you, I wonder? She suddenly remembered their smile. Her whisper echoed off the walls, with no one to hear it. The countless after-school hours they spent together were some of the most important times in Kurizu's life. Meaningless conversations, shops they browsed together, but she couldn't think of any special memories. And that was very painful for her, because that was only a sign of how close they were. But I have to ask, I have to find out. Even if the answer meant that things would never be the same. And there's one more thing. Her thoughts went deeper. There was one thing she had to ask. Hey, should take you to General Hospital. That was where Takuru had seen Senri being experimented on 8 years ago. She'd been tied into a chair and slowly going mad when she'd seen a boy, Takuru, that she didn't know. She had no time to figure out who he might be. She shouted, "Help me," without even understanding what was going on. And the boy heard it and ran. Was he surprised at the horrible scene he saw, or afraid? No, probably both. And Kurizu couldn't blame him for either. At the time, he was just a 4th grader, a 10-year-old boy. There was no way he could have saved Senri. That was why Senri didn't hate him. Kurizu knew that. She tried to tell Takuru many times and failed about her one big mistake. That was why she knew. That was why she'd always been suspicious. 8 years ago, when that boy had witnessed Senri being experimented on, he was alone. He was outside the room where the experiment was being done. So he was alone, yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm right. Just a single timid boy peeking through a tiny crack in the door, because he remembers it being with Serika, who obviously wasn't there, as we're finding out now. So I reckon Senri is Serika. Simple. There was no one next to him. But Takuru said that he saw it with another person. At first she thought that Takuru was just confused. He'd been in a coma for over a year and he was simply mistaken. But then she said the same thing. That they were together. It had been a thorn in her heart for a long, long time. Were you really with Takuru then? She reached out towards the computer. But in the end, she let her hand float in the air. She'd seen the video dozens of times. It wouldn't be any different here than it would be in Albadorm. Nor would the secret it concealed. Nor would it change what she was about to do. There was no changing any of it, it seemed. It took a long time before they called her. It was almost midnight, but Kurizu didn't get frustrated. She simply waited calmly. She'd assumed it would be around this time. They were probably waiting for November 4th, the day of the New Generation Madness. And then they were going to do to her what they did to the other victims. She felt her phone vibrating and took it out of her pocket. Takuru was still calling despite the late hour. He'd sent text messages too. Of course, Kurizu hadn't answered at all. Was it him again? She thought as she looked at the screen. Oh. The name she'd be waiting for had appeared on the screen. She answered the call and put it up to her ear. Hello? She heard a voice she knew all well on the other end. Sorry to keep you waiting, she said. I'm going to give it Sarika's voice because no, it is. No, it's okay. I haven't been waiting that long, and I was the one who called you here. Yeah, how about the roof then? Yeah, I'll be waiting. She ended the call and went to put the phone back into her pocket. But suddenly she stopped and called up a picture on the screen. It was the photo of her family at Albadorm, the same as the one that the same as the one that was Takuru's treasure. She stared at it for a while, then placed her phone on the edge of the table, the place where she always sat when she was at the newspaper club. If something happened to her, she wanted someone else to save it. Then she looked around the room and bowed, thank you for everything. She turned off the lights and the room became as dark as the abyss. Don't act like you're never coming back. He wasn't by her side to tell her that. No, no, better not be dying. Damn it. I was pulling my hair out in frustration. I'd already watched this video 100 times. It was, of course, a video of Utani, the Don't Look At Me victim. He wept tears of blood, lost his arm and turned dark red and died. Not only was I watching the shocking gory video over and over again, I was searching desperately for what Kurusu had found. I felt like I was going crazy. Kurusu, answer me, Kurusu. Each time I finished watching the video, I called her phone, but she never answered. I slammed my finger down the end call button and I started up the video again. Maybe it was something in the user comments, not the video itself. I thought it might be, so I checked every one, but nothing had struck me as unusual. It's just a flood of meaningless comments from left to right, and only a few of them were actually worried about Utani, which pissed me off more. What the hell am I supposed to find in this video? I expanded it to fill the screen. I tried slowing it down, but there was nothing. Had Kurusu found something here? Takuru? There was a hesitant knock at the door and Uki came in. She'd probably just been crying with Yuto. She was rubbing her swollen red eyes. Where's Yuto? The doctor came back and is looking at him. He took his medicine, so he'll go to sleep soon, he says. Her voice was still a little teary. Did you figure something out? No, I've got nothing. Uki looked very concerned as she watched me grit my teeth. I was close to knowing if she found something. Yeah? She wasn't as calm as she usually was, so I'm very worried. Uki seems to be remembering what had happened. Seeing her only made me more worried. What was she like? Well, she suddenly stood up. She said it couldn't be, that it was impossible. At first, she was very shocked. Shocked? Yeah, she'd gone pale. Shocked and pale. Did that mean that she knew the killer? And it was someone she didn't want to be the killer? So is me, or Inoue. And then I shook my head. I'm sorry, if I'd been able to help her then, this never would have happened. No, it's not your fault. I try my best to keep her from sensing my panic as I slowly answered her another question. For now, I wanted any hint, no matter how small. Okay, so Kurusu watched the video and figured something out, right? She watched that scene over and over. Yes, I think so. What part was it? Or you don't know, right? I'm sorry. She looked down toward the ground and I quickly shook my hand at her. No, I'm not blaming you, I just... What should I do? What should I ask to get the hint I need? It's no good, I don't know. Tell me, Kurusu. Where is the clue? Come on, tell me. You're such a loser, Miyashiro. And then, I suddenly heard a voice behind Uki. I looked up and saw Aramura playing with their twin tails. What's that look? You're about to cry. Shut up. It's got nothing to do with you. I yelled at her, even though I knew I shouldn't. And Aramura laughed. It sure does. It's almost the 4th. You're the one who told me to stay with Uki. Oh. I'm sorry. And you know, I really like Kurusu. To tell me it's got nothing to do with me pissed me off. Huh? Amura's face suddenly became serious. And then she yelled. Get hold of yourself. If you're not panicking that much, you're not allowed to notice anything, you moron. That's what Kurusu would say, I think. Aramura. Hey Uki, you said that Curiosity got very surprised and then she watched the video again and again, right? Yes, that's right. What was she acting like then? Oh, she acted surprised. Arima put her hand on Uki's shoulders and started to ask more questions. She looked very serious. It was kind of scary. Yeah, and? She seems to be listening carefully on her headphones. Is it trying to make something out? Yeah? What? And then I realised I'd missed something very simple. What the hell have I been doing? Arima was right. I've been panicking too much because of Kurisu. Kurisu was watching this video yesterday. That's why she and I got in that fight. But she wasn't wearing headphones then. And the computer being set to maximum volume. What if that was deliberate? What is it, Miyashiro? The sound. It's not the video, it's something in the sound. That's why Kurisu wore headphones and set the Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. That's why Kurisu wore headphones to set the sound to maximum. Arima, just listen to this. I handed her the stereo headset that was connected to the computer. When I saw that she'd put them on, I set the volume to maximum and pressed play. Bloody hell. That's not annoying at all. The sound was so loud that she ripped the headphones off her ears. And then she threw them at me. Are they trying to destroy my ears? Right, that's what you would normally say. Of course it is. That's right, normally you can focus on anything with sound this loud. In other words, what Kurisu had been listening to was the part where there was barely any sound. I moved the video back to the start and played it at maximum volume. The scene with him in front of the computer was too loud to listen to. The sound got a little better when he left the computer, but it still hurt at maximum volume. It was hard to imagine her listening to this part over and over again. Utani disappeared out of frame and I stopped being able to hear what he was saying. This is the part where people thought the killer had come in. But everyone from the police to the internet users all over the country, I thought it would lead to the killer. It's been listened to millions of times and all. If it was in this part, someone would have found it already. You're scary after this, right? I'll go over there. Let's go, Uki. But... Arima pulled Uki by the hand. Uki turned and looked at me, concerned. Thanks, Uki. I'm fine now. Thanks, Arima. Make sure you find Kurisu, okay? Yeah, don't get separated once the force starts, okay? Even in the bathroom. What? Yell loudly if something happens. I'll be right there. Okay, thank you. Sure, but I'm not expecting much. Once I made sure Arima and Uki had gone up to the dining room, I started to check all the parts of the videos with white noise. Not here. Not here either. No, there was nothing here. Or in this scene. Nothing here either. The small noise sounds mixed in with the irritating white noise. It was hard then it looked to focus all your nerves on them. My hearing started to fade and I started to lose my sense of balance. My head felt heavy and I suddenly had a terrible headache. I grit my teeth and fought through the pain. Kurisu had gone through this and in the end she found something. I had to do the same thing. And then, I heard a tiny noise. I paused the video without even realising I'd done so. What was that? I put my finger on the earphone on my right ear and pushed it in deeper so I could hear better. And I used my left hand to move the video back and press play again. What is that sound? It's a scene where Utani was counting what he described as cheese beneath the dim fluorescent lights. In between the sounds of the knife I could hear something else. One more time. I played the video again. I know I've heard this sound before. I knew that sound. I'd heard it very recently, very close to me. I played it again and again. I concentrated everything I had on picking out the tiny sound from amidst the noise. What? I finally realised what it was. And suddenly I felt a cold pillar of ice pressed against my spine. No, you could call it sheer terror if you wanted to. My hands shook and sweat poured out of every pore in my body. It felt like the room was spinning. This can't be real, can it? God damn it. I sat my shaking hands down on the desk and the pain finally got them to do what I wanted. It took me several tries, but I finally managed to open my Pocket-Com and power it on. I yanked out the headphone from the PC and plugged the audio cable into my Pocket-Com. No. No, no, no. I kept screwing it up, but managed to load that scene into an audio editing software. I set the volume to maximum and set it on repeat. Then I hit the play button, my hands still shaking. This can't be real. I slammed the Pocket-Com down on the floor and called her on my phone. The phone rang and rang. Once, twice, 3 times. Did Kurusu notice the sound? It kept ringing. 6 times 7, 8. It was as if she was ignoring me. No, she's not picking up. I ended the call and this time I pulled up Kurusu's number. I tapped the call button, but I got the same result. Why? Why? They kept ignoring me. No matter how long I waited, I couldn't hear Kurusu's voice. God damn it all! I hope the phone rang out of the room without even knowing where I was going. November 4th, 2015, Wednesday, and I'm going to end the episode here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below, and if you want to see more of this, then do subscribe to the channel as I upload every day. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.